So we are back for our third game of the evening. It's the Women's Supa-Liga B Grand Final between the Western Devils and the Andinas. We'll quickly run through the team sheet. Therefore, we've got referees Ton Claver and Albert Mayemba dictating this game, and we'll quickly run through the team sheet. The Devils first. Tana Campos, who's joined me, is going to run through them.
Okay, number 32, Charlene Lay. 7, Carissa Wright. 36, Penelope Clayton. 17 on goals, Rachel Wilson. 13, Verita Ogden. 28, Taya Coughlin. And 15, Ashley Briner. And for the Andina, Tania Zarano. 23, sorry if I mispronounced that. 7, Gina Jimenez. 8, Nadia Giraldo. 17, Amanda Litana. 9, Alejandra Castro. 5, Elena de Boventura. And number 1 in goals, Kaina Diet. We have the Andinas with the kickoff.
Beautifully read there, Tana. So we're just having a look at the previous encounters between these two sides. The Western Devils got the win in round 8 and round 13. And in round 18, it was a draw. So I think looking at the players out there today, it's going to be a bit of a mix of it's going to be a mix of who wants it more, in my opinion. Obviously, the teams seem quite evenly matched. The Western Devils with quality all over the court, with the likes of Penelope Clayton, I believe, is a women's state player, and their goalkeeper, Rachel Wilson. She's hard to beat. But the Andinas have got some players of their own. Amanda Litana is one that I've seen play before, and I know she's a quality player, and Bonaventura as well. She's another one to keep your eye on, the number 5. So, early predictions, Tana. Which way do you think this one's going to go?
I think the match is going to be very even. I think the match is going to be very even. Both teams play different styles of futsal. The Andinas are very physical and love that time shot. The Western Devils like to switch the play a little bit and do their back post runs. So, I don't know. I think it's going to be a very even match throughout.
Yeah, 100%. I couldn't agree more. I think it's definitely going to be a different styles of futsal. Obviously, the Andinas are a lot more direct with the likes of Amanda Litana. She runs forward, and as you can hear, they've brought a big crowd down. Clayton, she goes for a nice toe punt forward. And that's mopped up quite easily in the end.
Just reminding you guys, the Andinas were just 1 second to be Ventura for a shot, and hit Saya Coughlin goes in. Andinas 1, Devils 0.
That was a lucky goal there by Bonaventura. I think she can happily admit that one was going well wide, but a deflection, I believe, off Clayton went into Rachel Wilson's net. And as you can hear there, the Andinas have brought a fan base and a half down. Obviously, they were happy with that fast start. So I think now it's going to be up to the Western Devils to come out of their shell a little bit. Finals are always a lot better when there's an early goal.
Just confirming, the referees gave it as an on goal.
Yeah, it was. I think it was an own goal. It was a deflection. It was probably going well wide, but the Andinas won't care if that's what wins them the game at the end of the day. It was a nice interception there from the number 4, Bryn. So here we've got the Andinas. That's probably sums up their game plan a little bit. They're a very direct team. They're not too fussed about keeping the ball or anything. As the Western Devils have rolled their first sub of the game as Verity Ogden comes on, the number 9.
the Andinas bringing the fans down, the South American passion. You're going to be able to hear them.
Yeah, indeed. That was a nice block there by Bonaventura. Clayton goes down the line, obviously. I think Nell Clayton might take this game. She'll want to prove a point after her Women's Superliga A team got knocked out last week in shocking fashion to the Perth Pumas after having a stellar season. So they'll want to get a little bit of silverware under their belt. But even if they don't win, they've won enough the last few seasons to probably keep themselves warm over the winter. Amanda Littman goes down the line, taking on Ogden, and it's to Bonaventura, and Clayton blocks that one with the head. It was a good initial save there by Rachel Wilson. And as you can hear there, the Andinas crowd up and about early. Bonaventura with the right. Obviously, we can see why we called her the marquee man, or the marquee woman, I should say, for the Western Devils, as the play does go through her, and even that own goal, it was from her initial shot. Clayton looks forward. That's intercepted through the middle. Littman on the right. As you can see by Amanda Littman, she comes with a more of an outdoor approach, kind of kick it down the line and run after it. But if it works for her, then all the best.
Whatever works.
Yeah, 100%. And, you know, she's been at the top of the women's game for a few years now. I know, winning titles over numerous competitions. And why stop what works? Another one who's won a lot is Nell Clayton. She's on the ball now, the number 21, with the toe poke. And it's a good tip over the ball there by Dietz, with the headband and the snood, the green snood around her neck.
She definitely can prepare for the freeze breeze that is in Perth Mod today.
Yeah, 100%. She's definitely ready for any occasion. Luckily, we play inside, so she should be okay with any frostbite that may occur.
Some interesting stats here. For the Andinas throughout the season, they scored 51 goals. So you can see that the direct approach definitely works for them, and they only had 27 goals scored against them.
Yeah, so I believe the Andinas did finish on top of the ladder.
They did.
Yeah, so they finished on top of the ladder. So you can see that their kind of fast-going approach definitely works for them. It's a style that I'm a big fan of, direct, and, you know, try and score more than your opponent than just sitting back. So that's why I'm a big fan of the Andinas girls.
You can clearly see the improvement as well in the last 2 years. They've been playing together. They played in Supa-Liga A as well, and then now all their team, they put all the girls in Supa-Liga B. Just reminding you guys as well that tomorrow the Devils have a under-15s match for the girls.
Yeah, so that'll be another interesting game, I think. Obviously, Devils, I don't believe they've brought any of their youth players up for this game, but the future is definitely bright at their club. They're a progressive club, and they are looking better and better every season. I wonder if we'll see them get a men's team together soon, as they are a women's-only club. There's not many of them going around. What a ball that was by Ogden, and it's a great finish by the number 6 Lai. But I think all the plaudits there have to go to Verity Ogden. That was a beautiful ball straight to the back post, and it was a good attempt there from the save from Dietz, my bad. She couldn't quite get enough on it, but the Devils there, you could see that was a classic futsal goal. Ogden down the left, on her left peg, straight to the back post, and an easy tap in there from Lai.
I think if Andinas, if they want to win this game, they need to close shots from Penelope Clayton a little bit earlier, because she has a killer right foot. And if they leave that open, there are going to be some shots in.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we've seen Nell Clayton down the years. She's definitely got a right foot to be envious of. And she'll probably be the marquee woman for the Western Devils if they are to get one over on the Andinas today. I mean, interestingly enough, the Andinas obviously did finish on top of the ladder, but they were unable to beat the Devils during the season. But, you know, the finals, it's the games where anything can happen. as we've seen last week, and the Devils will know all about that after losing in their women's grand final last week. Sorry, their women's A semi-final last week.
Good to point out as well, the Lindsay McDonald, very experienced player for Devils. Not here, she's not here today. She was an MVP in one of those games and a playmaker for the Devils. So let's see if she's gonna be missed by the team.
Yeah, 100%. She's going to be a big loss. I think she's got Australian experience in years gone by. She's getting a little bit old now, but she still hasn't slowed down with her futsal. A very, very good player. And I know I've trained with her a few times. And she's definitely still got the touch. That's a cheap giveaway there by Lai. And Carissa Wright, she stepped on the court, and that's a nice little back roll. And that's good one-touch futsal there from the Devils, and they just got to be sure. They just got to make sure they don't overcomplicate it, because I think in terms of actual futsal ability, they are all over the Andinas. So I think if they play their game and play the way they know they can, and all of their players individually, just keep it simple and don't get overawed by the occasion, the Devils will win this game.
Referee there having a talk with Nada Giraldo for a foul, kicking Penelope Clayton and Carissa Wright in the back.
Yeah.
Got to slow down the play there, the referee say.
Yeah, wasn't happy with that one, Albert Mumbia, but he'd be smart to slow this game down, as it is starting to get a little bit feisty out there. So good refereeing there to just slow the game down, keep everyone calm. And obviously, that was a nice pull there from Clayton, and Lai did well. But obviously with the big crowd, sometimes people can get a little bit overawed by the occasion and start doing things a little bit rash. So they've just got to be aware and keep their heads, especially the Andinas. So they are the ones that have brought the crowd. And that was a nice ball, and that was 100% a handball, and that was possibly the most unnecessary thing I think I've ever seen. And that's just going to be an easy spot kick now, and you'd put your house on Nell Clayton putting this away. Bonaventura's arguing. I'm not sure what she's arguing about. There was, like I said, possibly the most unnecessary thing I've seen. So Nell Clayton stepping up. Dietz has got it all to do. And she saves it! So I shut up at the house, and I've lost my house. The house is gone. Clayton's not happy. She thinks it's gone over the line. Dietz with a great save. And I think
it was a great save by the goalkeeper there to keep Andinas on the match.
100%. I mean, it was a ball just standing her ground down the middle, but in the end, it was a great save. And Laz trying to make up for her teammates' shortcomings there, but yeah, exceptional save there from Dietz, and that'll definitely get the Andinas girls up and about. Here she is. She just rolls it out. So the Andinas are probably smart to slow this game down again. And that should be a
Look,
ball.
this is the kind of chances you can't miss in a grand final, though.
Yeah, you really, really can't, especially a penalty. And I think it's just a shame that she just went for power down the middle rather than accuracy. But we can't take it away from her. It's a great save by Dietz. And Nell Clayton, she'll definitely be able to prove a point now after missing that penalty. Here she is on the ball. She gives it back to Coughlin. Chip forward. Lai couldn't quite get to it. Brian's battling hard. Lippman tries to go down the line. And a good foul there by Lippman as Clayton was away, and she'll take a yellow. The crowd letting Mumbea know they're not happy with it. He's getting booed.
Should definitely stop her counter-attack.
Yeah,
There's a yellow card in the books.
Yeah, definitely a yellow card, but a smart tackle. And she wasn't complaining too much. I think she knows. Clayton goes wide to Coughlin. In. Beautiful ball. And Lai puts it away. 2-1 to the Western Devils. It's a great finish by Lai. And the Devils up and about now. That was orchestrated by Nell Clayton with a nice ball cutting through the middle. And we just got that one in the instant replay. And it was a great finish. She now checks out. Ogden checks back in. It's a well-earned break there from Lai.
Lai scoring both goals for Western Devils.
Yeah, she's started the game exceptionally well. I mean, from what I've seen of her, she's a very, very good player. Great technical ability. I think she plays a lot of games in the Women's Superliga A as well. And Bryn, she's impressed me so far. Brings a lot of energy to the court. And she battles hard. The number 4. So the Andinas, after going up early through a deflection, kind of not had another chance, and they're lucky to be not further down, obviously giving that penalty away, and that's a great first touch, and Rachel Wilson, good touch, and it's been given as a foul, and a yellow card's being banished, and if I'm being honest, I didn't see much in that one, but the Andinas won't care if they can get a goal from it. That's the 4th foul. Sorry, my apologies. No, it's not. That's the 2nd foul for the Western Devils.
Just confirming, it's a yellow card for Ashley Bryan. We had one early on for Amanda.
Yeah, I don't think that was the yellow card to Brynn. That was definitely banished to Nell Clayton. Maybe just a bit of miscommunication there between the referees. Coughlin has it at the back. Goes wide to Clayton. Coughlin. Bryn. Gives it away through the middle. Bonaventura's got it on the right. Gives it to the back post, and just not enough on that one there.
The crowd definitely is with the Andina girls today.
Yeah, 100%. They've brought down the community, the futsal community. Yeah, they've definitely brought down the South American community. It's been corrected. Amanda Littman has it here. She checks inside of Clayton, and that's a great fingertip save by Rachel Wilson. And as you can hear, the crowd definitely happy with that. They like what they see from Amanda Littman, and I'm sure they can appreciate the save from Wilson. Bryn heads away to Bonaventura on the left. Audacious effort. Coughlin through to Clayton. Clayton was looking for a back roll there to Ogden and almost came off. A good idea. Jimenez, the number 7. She was the one who missed that early opportunity, and it could be 2-2 if it wasn't for a good combination defending of Wilson in goal and Bryn, the number 4. Jimenez, she goes short. It's a toe poke, and that's just going to run out, and that'll be a side ball. Bonaventura blasts it into Ogden, and I'm not sure what Tom Claver's been, what he's given here. Still waiting. If it's in the box, it's got to be a penalty. He's given a handball, and if it's in the box, it's got to be a penalty. And another interesting call there from Claver. Sorry. Apparently it's been, she wasn't 5 steps away, so it's been given as an indirect free kick, but interesting call there from Claver. Has been known to make 1 or 2 in the past, but you've always got to respect the referees. Bonaventura. And in fairness to that decision, the Andinas girls weren't complaining, so he must have explained himself. And with 33 seconds left, we're in stop clock territory. The Western Devils have just want to get to half-time with the lead, as they've been on top pretty much the whole half, but the Andinas decided to have 1 or 2 chances. And we've got some futsal going there. We said Bryn, we said her energy was good earlier. It was a good ball after a good little bit of skill. Unfortunately, wasn't just quite there quick enough. Clayton goes to the back post. That was a good ball. And Ventura brings it forward. Amanda Littman, there's a 2v1 if she can play it right. They haven't. And the Devils got back. Quick smile. 14 seconds remaining. The game almost came to a standstill there. Coughlin heads it out. Ogden, she's beaten to the ball by Jimenez. 5 seconds. They've got to get a shot off now. Bonaventura blasted into Coughlin, and that is half-time. A great first half of futsal here between the Andinas and the Western Devils. We'll just quickly run through the goal scorers. So it was an own goal that started proceedings off that gave the Andinas a 1-goal lead, but then Lai turned it into her show and has given them a 2-1 advantage going into half-time. We'll quickly run through the stats. So if we're looking at it here, it's been quite even in terms of completed passes and attempted passes. The passing percentage has been in the favour of the Devils, but not by much. It's been a bit of a scrappy game, as you can see. Not many passing strings, which is a 5+ pass together. The possession's quite even, but we'll just quickly look at the shots here. Shots on target even with 4 each. That's probably a fair reflection of the game. I'd say 2-1 as the Western Devils have had the better of the chances, but I think we'd say it's been an even half, and the referees are about to blow their whistle to get the proceedings underway.
Do you think the mishit passes is because both teams are fairly anxious about being a final?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think that what's happened is that they're playing the occasion, not really the game. So I think as the game goes on, you know yourself, Tiny, you've played in the big games where as the game goes on, you grow into the game, and I'm sure that's what's going to happen in the second half, and we'll see more and more passing together.
Yeah, the nerves are out. We have 17 minutes now of futsu. So let's see what's going to happen in the women's BIF final.
Yeah, I do agree that it's going to be a good ending to the season in the Women's Supa-Liga B. And the Devils are going for a fast start. Lee trying to orchestrate another goal, and Nell Clayton on the right. She's happy with that one, and why not? A bit of a blast from probably 3/4 of the court out, and she's gone straight through the legs of Dietz, and she won't be happy after saving a penalty. She's let the easy one go in, straight through her legs.
As I said in the first half, they have to block that shot from Penelope Clayton.
Yeah, 100%. You did call it, and it's exactly what happened. Maybe you should have got in that halftime team talk and started talking tactics, because if they'd listened, it'd still be 2-1, and it's a good leave there from 2 of the Andinas girls. Dietz has got the ball. She goes long to Bonaventura. Lai cuts it out, and I think the game that Lai's having, she's been the standout performer.
Absolutely.
Just like we've seen in the last game, Dan Famada, he stole the show, and Lai's had a great game, and she's well on her way to getting the MVP. Lai down the line to Bryn. She gives it away, and that's not what the Andinas need. They need composure at the back at the moment, and Castro hasn't quite showed that yet.
I think the Andinas needs to pull the trigger a little bit more often, go for the shots. They have really good players that can hit a ball. Yeah,
they've got Bonaventura, they've got Amanda Lippman, just to name a few that can blast from distance. And interestingly enough, we have seen, you don't see it too much in the B League, but the Andinas do play quite a good 5th man with their goalkeeper Dietz. So if it comes to it, I'm sure they can play with it. As we're going the other way now, Litz is coming forward. She gives it to Bryn. And her shot, she couldn't get her foot around it, but I've been very impressed with Bryn. I think I haven't seen her play before, but she's been up and down the court, battling hard. So just like Batim Zebra in the last game, Famada will get all the plaudits, but Bryn's had a quietly good game, and no advantage called there by Ton Clayton. As this is a chance here for the Andinas to orchestrate something. The number 23 for the Andinas steps up. She chips it forward, and I think she was looking for Bonaventura, but in the end, a bit of a nothing ball. Lee's got it here. She puts her foot on it. Carissa Wright, she's got it at the back. I've been impressed with her composure. Bryn, if she can look up and give it to the back post, she can't. Dietz is all over that one, and Bonaventura's got it. She makes his right, and she's coming forward now. And she blasted into Clayton, and not a bad idea there from Bonaventura to just kind of kick it into Clayton and hope it goes somewhere useful, and it has on this occasion. Castro's going to take the side ball. Gives it to Bonaventura. She chips it to nobody. She's got it at the back here. She gives it back to her goalkeeper, Dietz. Good composure there, and they can do a 4-on-3 here, and now there's a 3-on-2. Probably the wrong ball there. But they really needed Bonaventura to bomb forward and join in on that attack.
Andinas are carrying the ball into the middle of the attacking half really well, but then they ended up giving it away. They have to keep the ball and pull the trigger more often if they want to score more goals in this match.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like Tana said earlier, they've got good shooters all over the court, and they're kind of waiting until they're almost in the D to pull the trigger, which, look, it may have worked for them, but the game, they're 3-1 down, and they've got to get a goal back soon. As you see in the last game, the West Coast Cobras left it too little too late. That was definitely a foul there. Carissa Wright, she knows it. She walks away from the crime scene as Nell Clayton's going to step up here. I have a feeling this is going to be a shot on target. Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. Almost looking for Bryn to the back post. She goes for the scorpion kick. Lippman almost kicks her own goalkeeper. Bonaventura. Again, the game's just getting a little bit scrappy and is all being rushed. Bryn has it here, goes to the left to Clayton.
That was definitely a great touch there. Last time I tried a scorpion, I slid and fell face forward on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, I can't claim to have ever got one off myself, but Bryn's obviously feeling confident after having a good game, but this is the counter-attack that they need. Lippman on the right, and her touch was just too heavy. But Rachel Wilson, really, really well done there. Wilson's another one who we probably haven't given enough credit to this game. She's had a good game, and she's an experienced goalkeeper. I know in the Super-Liga Australian Championship, she was exceptional for the Western Devils after they got the win. And Lippman's got it wide again here. And Bonaventura kicks it. And that was 100% a corner, but Tom Claver has said no. Wilson plays a 1-2 there with Clayton. She comes forward. Bonaventura. Bryn has it wide. And Amanda Lippman's got it here. It's a nice forward here to Castro. She's battling away and she can't quite get anything, but I think one thing that's interesting to note, the Western Devils, I think Clayton's almost played this whole game, but she plays the game at the same tempo the whole time. So that's obviously one thing that's instrumental for the Devils. Clayton's obviously the main player, and her buzzing around the court is only going to help them.
Not just with the technical as well, but the leadership skills there. The girls listen to what she has to say.
Yeah, obviously a very experienced player. Here she is on the near side. The number 21. She goes down the line. As we've just been picking her up, she gives the ball away, but she won't care too much if the Western Devils get over the line and win this one. And like we said earlier, get a bit of silverware and make up for their Women's Superliga A team. That was a great header there from Carissa Wright as Bonaventura was lurking.
Crucial header.
Yeah, Bryn checks out. Coughlin checks in. There again, Clayton's everywhere. Coughlin. She's battling, and Jimenez, who's been good for the Andinas, comes in, and Bonaventura, this is the chance. All she needs to do is roll it back there from Lippman. I'm not sure if she gave her a call or not, but if she'd just given her a roll, there was a easy tap in there. So Ogden, she's just checked back in as well, I believe. So as we can see here, the Western Devils are setting up in a 3-1. Obviously looking to break down the Andinas press, and the way they're doing it right now is working. Jimenez gives it wide. She's got it back here on the near side. Down the line, Bonaventura. Number 5 chips it to Littman. What a ball that was, and the header just goes wide. For Bonaventura, that was a exceptional pass. And the Western Devils have got a timeout here.
Just reminding you guys, Western Devils 3, Andinas 1. We have 8 minutes and 45 seconds to go in the Women's Supa-Liga B final. We'll be right back with you guys.
We'll just go a quick preview for the game that's coming up, the main event of tonight. That'll be the Women's Super A Grand Final between the Northern Hawks and the Perth Pumas. I think that's going to be a game that could go really either way. The Perth Pumas, a lot of outdoor players, but a lot of very, very good players. I know I've seen Judy Connolly play. She's an exceptional player. And then on the Northern Hawks side, they've got the likes of Sophie Podmore, Kayla McCulloch. So that's a game that could really go either way. Obviously, the Perth Pumas upset everybody last week by beating the Western Devils after the Pumas finished 4th. But like we say, it's not about where you finish on the ladder. It's about how you finish in that grand final. And if the Western Devils can, if the Perth Pumas can get a win over the Northern Hawks, that'll be exceptional. But back live here now, we've got 8 minutes 30 remaining and the Western Devils dictating this game. And if that had gone in by Clanton, it would have been good night for the Andinas.
3-1 is a bit of a dangerous scoreline because if Andinas can get one back, now the game will definitely get heated up.
Yeah, I think if they can get one in the next couple of minutes probably before the 5-minute mark, it'll end for a Grand Slam finish. But they don't want to leave it too late. But I think if someone's going to unlock it, it's probably going to be Amanda Littman. She's looked the most likely today. It's a bad giveaway by Jimenez, and luckily for her, Carissa Wright couldn't quite capitalize on it. As Carissa Wright, she's done her job. She checks out. Lai, the game winner at the moment, checks in. Jimenez, she has it at the back. She's just slowing the game down. Gives it inside to number 23. She looks up. Gives it to Bonaventura. She can get a shot off. Right now, she can, but it just goes wide to the near post. Rachel Wilson looked like she had that one covered regardless.
It interests me that Andinas actually is slowing the game down, even though they're losing 3-1. They're trying to find the best moment to actually pull the trigger.
Which I think is definitely more interesting because the way they play and the way we kind of highlighted before the game, they are very fast, very direct approach. So them slowing it down is maybe one of them where the finals is getting to them a little bit. And a handball, 100%. There, you probably would have seen that one on the camera. Tom Claver says no. I think he's missed that one.
A bit controversial there.
Yeah, a bit controversial. The Andinas crowd giving him a boo. He possibly deserved it. But we won't say too much. He's refed well so far. And sometimes the rub of the green just isn't with you. And maybe it's just not with the Andinas tonight, but they're battling hard. As Lai brings it forward, she gives it away to Littman, and that was a topo. Coughlin all over it. They just need to get a foothold on it here, the Andinas, and they have. And that was a poor ball, as Littman was free on the near side. Bonaventura brings it forward. Again, she's just slowing the game down. Like Tana said, it's not like them to do it, and as we say that was a nice ball forward. Rachel Wilson, she's going to restart play, and with 5 minutes 57 remaining, I'm going to say it's Western Devils' day.
Devils are definitely enjoying this pace of the game. They're comfortable just defending on their half. Not pressing, just letting the clock goes, and let's see. I don't think if Andinas can't score within the next few minutes, that's going to be very hard for them.
Yeah, 100%. I think the Western Devils are just happy to sit compact and sit behind the ball and kind of just wait the game out. And as we say that, they've been called out. Littman on the right. It's a good save by Wilson. That one looks like it hurt. But another important save from Rachel Wilson. she's been another good player, and I think if the Devils do win this, as it is looking more and more likely, it'll be a big thanks to Wilson, because the only goal she conceded, could do nothing about, as a cruel deflection took it out of her grasp. Bonaventura, she's got it at the back, and passes like that aren't going to cut it. She apologizes.
You can hear that the Andinas coach asking them to full press, put the pressure in.
Yeah, he wants the press going, and they've got to do it now. Amanda Lippman, that's a good touch. She blasts it with the right, but as much as that's a fancy shot, it's really not going to cut it. I don't think they're going to beat Wilson from that distance. It's a great press there by Bonaventura. The press has worked, and they've got the chance, and Coughlin gets behind the ball. What a block that was. And that was a chip, and Claver's giving it. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that was pretty unfortunate. Clayton pleading her case.
A few controversial call in this game.
Yeah, 100%. But it wouldn't be a final without a controversial call here or there.
Absolutely not.
Bonaventura, she steps up. She's got Lippman on the left, which looks like it could be an easy tap-in. If she goes to her, Lippman probably just needs to go a little bit further towards the goal. As you can hear, the Andinas crowd up and about. They want this to go in. Bonaventura blasts straight into the wall, and that was a foul. That was rash from Bonaventura. Obviously not happy with the free kick she produced, and a yellow card's given by Tom Claver.
It's the third yellow card of the game, and just running through the fouls. Western Devil has 2 fouls, and Andinas only 1.
Yes, I don't think the foul count's going to come into trouble as this game. Has been a fairly clean affair, and the refs have been on top of anything that hasn't. Bonaventura. It's a great touch by Bonaventura, and she lays it off to Jimenez. Bonaventura, she's trying to unlock the game, and giving it back probably is unnecessary. Ventura blasts it straight into Nell Clayton. She takes that one like a champ. It's a chip forward there. Lippman couldn't quite get a meaningful touch on it. Wilson, she's taking all of her allotted 4 seconds. She took about 3.5 there. Dietz, Jimenez. She gives it back. Jimenez gets it back. It's a nice first touch and goes to the back post. Lippman, definitely no foul in that one. Clayton, that was a beautiful chip forward, and Lyle's going to get there. So as you heard there, it's a timeout here from the Andinas, and I think if they're going to coast up a plan, it's got to be in the next minute. They need 2 goals in this stop clock time, and obviously they've only got 1 this whole game, so I think it's definitely going to be a hard ask. But you know, we've seen stranger things happen. I recall a final a few years ago where there was 2 goals scored in stop clock time. So why not?
I think the Andinas coach is going to propose a 5th man. Remember, you guys, that Diaz actually used to play on the court. So she can play well with her feet. Again, 5th man is a bit of high risk, high rewards, but it's what it needs to win a final.
Yeah, 100%. They do need to go for a 5th man. We'll see. We'll see if they do. And the Andinas are going to restart the play here. And they are going for the 5th man, so you did call it Tana. They'd have to go for it, and they have. But passes like that at the 5th man aren't going to cut it. They've really got to, like we said earlier, they've got to be patient, as they were in the last 5-6 minutes. Now the Devils are employing a full court press. And this might actually work in the favor of the Devils, but she's really got to get out of her own half. She's going to play it, and she's dummied it. She needs to get up, and definitely an interesting approach that they're playing with their 5th man here. Maybe something they've been working on in training.
have to push their players a little bit higher, put someone right next to the goalkeeper so they can spread the Devils out so they can get out of the back and let their goalkeeper have some time to get over the top. Like they just did it now.
Yeah, exactly. But a minute 23 remaining, and I'm not 100% convinced by this fifth man play that they are producing. Don't think they're going to get back into it, and Devils just need to see this game out, and Nell Clayton can win it here. Gives it to Carissa Wright. She falls over it, and they've got to go now. Clayton gets back on defense, and again, she's had an exceptional game. Bryn, she scuffs her shot, but I don't think it's going to matter. Jimenez kicks it into Wright. And a minute 6, we are in stop clock territory. So like we said, anything can happen, but on this occasion, I don't think it's going to. Jimenez gives it away to Wright through the middle, and Bryn can finish it. Oh, she can't quite get her touch. And here we go. We've got a 3v2. Bonaventura, she needs to go to the back post. She's gone past Clayton, and if this is given as a card, that's...
No. That's her first yellow card of the game. And that's a red card.
It's been given as
Penelope Clayton with a red card in the grand final.
It's been given as a red. So I think if Andinas really, this could be a very interesting last 48 seconds if they can play this right. I think we did think that they had got she was produced the yellow, so Nell Clayton, she'll have to serve her suspension at the start of next season.
Just remind you guys, if Andinas score, another player from Devils can go in.
Littman on the right, Carissa Wright blocks well. She's still got it, Amanda Littman and Rachel Wilson, what a save. But Andinas have really got to use this play. Oh, what a goal, Amanda Littman off the deflection. That's a great finish straight into the top corner. Rachel Wilson could do nothing about that. What a finish that was. And with 39 seconds, I think we're about to see pandemonium. Andinas are pressing hard. There's no Nell Clayton on the court. Bonaventura goes hard. That's never a foul. I think Albert Mumba's been given one there.
33 seconds to go.
So Western Devils just need to slow this down. Tana Coughlin. She goes wide to Carissa Wright. Again, shots like that aren't going to cut it. Coughlin. It's a chip forward. Bonaventura on the header. Rachel Wilson saves it. She goes for the quick shot. She probably used about 0.2 seconds of her four there.
That's what we like about finals.
Yeah, and Andinas are getting on with it. It's another chip forward. Bonaventura on the bicycle kick. Rachel Wilson saves it. Oh, that would have been unreal. What a finish we've got here. Amanda Littman on the right. Blasted. We've got a corner. 8 seconds remaining. They've probably got one more good chance left in them. Bonaventura goes through the middle. Coughlin blasts it. And that's just going to roll. 2 seconds remaining. They've got to go long, and they've got to go long now. What a finish we've had here. The throw, 2 seconds, 1 second. Ogden goes wide, and that does it. The Western Devils get the win in the Women's Supa-Liga B Grand Final, but after we slated the Andinas, they wouldn't get in it. What a finish that was.
What an end of match here.
That was exceptional. I thoroughly enjoyed that last few minutes. We'll quickly run through the goal scorers. Chanel Lai, she got 2. And Penelope Clayton got 1 and also got herself a red card. And Amanda Littman, we've seen that one most recently. That was a beautiful finish along with an own goal. So what a climax that was to that game. And the Western Devils, well done to them. The Women's Supa-Liga B 2023 winners. We'll quickly run through the stats. So just looking at it now, the Western Devils were all over it.
We are here with Verity Ogden from Western Devils, the captain for Western Devils. Verity, what are your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, that was an awesome game, but very, very intense. They definitely got us rattled towards the second half. and we luckily brought it back. But yeah, last 30 seconds were, a lot.
So Verity, congratulations on the win. Who do you think from your team got you over the line there?
I don't know. I'd say it's a team effort always. Rachel definitely saved our asses a few times. Rachel.
Any from the opposition that you thought played well?
Yeah, they all did really well. Like pushed us off the ball a lot, but always. What's her name up there?
Bonaventura.
Yeah, she's always one to look out for. Yep.
So thanks for that, Verity. Thanks for joining us, and well done on the win.
Thank you.
We'll celebrate. And we'll be back next with the Women's Supa-Liga final. Perth Pumas against Northern Hawks. We'll be right back.